if there was any question as to what we were doing today, we are going to be watching a death battle. I'm a big fan of death battle. I watch pretty much all of them, even when I don't know the characters. It's just something I enjoy. I like it a lot. I think it's really entertaining, and it's a good opportunity to learn about characters that you don't know anything about yet. It's honestly a really good show, in my opinion. If you can handle the whole death aspect of it, and you don't mind sitting through the analyses, which I don't. I enjoy it, but I know some people aren't the biggest fans of it. But anyway, let's swap screens and hope that this actually works. Oh, it did! Look at that! Anyway, before we get into it, I just want to say that I personally really want Bowser to win, but I do like Eggman as well in the things that I've seen him in. He is a pretty entertaining character, but I did grow up with Bowser a lot more, and the issue is, from the few analyses they released little sneak peeks before the video comes out, like a little snippet of the character's analysis, but not the entire analysis, of course. Maybe like 2 minutes of their analysis. Eggman seemed a lot more powerful than Bowser in that, and I got a little antsy, or anxious, I guess is the best word for it. So, I'm going to stop my jazz music. Essentially just, support Death Battle if you're here and watching this. Please. I will put a link to the original in the description as well for the YouTube watchers. But for real this time, let's watch Bowser vs. Eggman.
This battle is sponsored by Marvel Snap and Prize Picks.
Fight! Bowser versus Dr. Eggman.
The king of the Koopas and the baddest of badniks. And they're not alone.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, who are we starting with?
The Mushroom
Bowser.
Kingdom. A peaceful land of kind.
Oh, right. I might read these little black boxes they have. Just in case there's anything important in there. All official material related to the characters applied to analysis unless found contradictory to primary source material. This includes English translations. Certain alternate media, theatrical releases, and crossovers are not applicable. Oh, that's just the general death battle warning.
Mushroom
I'm excited
Kingdom,
too.
A peaceful land of kindness, adventure, love.
Ah, boring. Move aside, princess. It's time this place got way more awesome. Here comes King Koopa himself, better known as Bowser.
The moment this orphan star child was found by Kamek, it was clear Bowser would command the disparate outcasts of the Mushroom world, the Koopa clan.
Sadly, not everyone's born a toad, and they treat these critters like monsters, fated to a life of infinite
Koopas.
jump farming for...
Let's see. Bowser's full name is King Bowser Koopa. He is 34 years old. He is 10 feet tall, roughly 305 centimeters. Well, I guess he's not related to, but his family consists of Kamek, the Kooplings, Bowser Jr., and his dead brother? Bowser has a dead brother? Huh. His hobbies include dancing, golf, what? Golf, go-karts, and tennis. His favorite food is cake, drumsticks, and steak. Who doesn't love those foods, though, really? He loves Princess Peach and his family, and he hates the Mario Bros, Yoshi, and swimming. I guess Bowser's not a very strong swimmer, huh? You learn something new every day. Yeah.
One up.
Bowser wanted a different world, but Princess Peach Toadstool would never allow the evil king's day in the sun. Her light was so bright, Bowser became infatuated with her.
So he
Fair
turned all
enough.
the toads into bricks and kidnapped her, putting their princess in another castle, and another, like 40 years of castles, only
a
to
lot
be
of
released
castles.
if she agrees to marry him and his dad bod.
Yet he was foiled time and time again by those pesky Mario brothers. However, Bowser is nothing if not persistent.
Look at him!
He
Dude
comes back
built
a
like
lot.
a brick house strapped to a saw trap. That spiked shell takes a lot of punishment. Not even the weight of a castle can scratch it, especially when he rolls up like a prehistoric Beyblade.
And the Koopa King doesn't just breathe fire and control lava, he commands nature itself.
Spitting
Bowser can control nature? Let's see, he's got fire breath, immense strength, inhale, size alteration. That is true. He can alter his size, can't he? I always forget about that. Look at all this magic he's got. He has duplication, elemental evocation, reality warping, shapeshifting, teleportation, time travel, and transmutation. Isn't that the same as shapeshifting? Isn't that just shapeshifting, but like to other objects? Oh, Bowser can also turn into Castle Bowser, Dreamy Bowser, Dry Bowser, Fury Bowser, and Meowser, apparently. Is that just Bowser but a cat? Is that just Cat Bowser? Sorry, anyway.
Doesn't just breathe fire and control lava, he commands nature itself.
spitting meteors from outer space, beckoning the earth with a snap, inhaling torrents of wind, straight up calling down lightning.
Oh,
What
I love
else
Bowser's
has he
inside
got?
story.
Oh, just a little dabbling in dark magic.
Hell yeah, Wizard Turtle.
The original NES manual even describes him as a sorcerer king. Magic is how he turned the toads into bricks, only
I think a lot of people overlook the fact that Bowser knows magic. That is stuff that happens, that's come up in the games, but it's usually kind of glossed over for the most part for his fire breath and super strength type stuff going on. Look at Luigi just dozing off at the table over there. I remember that scene. You're just in there having a meeting, Bowser runs in, and just Luigi sleeps through the whole thing. He's a sleepy guy. No wonder they made Dream Team. This was the foreshadowing for it, I guess, huh?
countered by the princess's heart magic.
Sorry, I kind of cut him off mid-sentence. Let's rewind it for a second.
King. Magic is how he turned the toads into bricks, only countered by the princess's heart magic.
But that's not all the magic he's mastered. Telekinesis, creating perfect clones, reanimating his undead skeleton, and worst of all, ruining every game of Mario Party. Hey, no! I stole those coins fair and square!
Bowser spent decades hoarding treasures, coins, magic star rods, warships, clown
Oh, they're giving him the Star Rod. According to Miyamoto, Paper Mario is canon. Mainline games frequently reference it and vice versa. In these games, Bowser resists time stops and his Star Rod matches the Star Spirits who created Dream Depot. But yeah, they're giving Bowser the Star Rod, I guess, which is interesting because that means he could potentially make himself invincible, but I don't know how they're going to do this. Right here, I am curious because they do say that Eggman has a machine that can just straight up destroy stars. And technically, the Star Rod is powered by stars, right? It has the power of these star characters. Now, I don't know if they're considered to have the same level of power as a star, but do you think a beam that could destroy a star could overcome someone wishing themselves invincible if the wishing power came from a star, right? Does that make any sense? I don't know. I might be overthinking it. They probably won't even go into that.
stars, you name it. This is the same guy that created multiple flying castles fashioned after his own face.
Yeah, he's definitely got an ego on him. He's talked about having a 4-digit IQ, but I've seen this moron put death traps in his own backyard. A man after my own heart.
Despite his clumsiness,
enough.
Bowser's charisma and leadership brought many to his side. Not enough to defeat Mario, but his army doesn't make it easy on the Red Plumber.
They're the most wicked band of misfits this side of World 8-4. The Koopa Troop.
An army spanning multiple territories across the Mushroom World and beyond.
Goombas, Koopas, the Troopas, and the others make up the infantry. Some with wings, some in shoes, and some even in race cars. They're the red shirts, first in and first out.
Piranha Plants, bloopers.
Oh my goodness, we have a full layout of his militia right here. Okay. So Bowser here has, he's gonna have Bowser Jr. on his side. The Elite Trio, I'm not entirely sure what that refers to though, because I'm not exactly the most knowledgeable Mario fan, I just am a Mario fan. King Babam, King Boo. Interesting that he has King Boo on his side, because I don't know if they've ever actually properly worked together or not. Kammy Koopa, King Goomba, the Koopalings, and Petey Piranha are listed up there as his generals. He's got a Chain Chomp, a Chargin' Chuck, Goombas, Hammer Bros, Koopa Troopas, Magic Koopas, Piranha Plants, Shy Guys, Wigglers, Babombs, Brutals, Bullet Bills, Lakitus, Para Units. Oh, they're getting the Brutals? He's gonna have the Brutals, the, like, bunny rabbits from Mario Odyssey? He's got his aquatic forces, the Bloopers, the Cheep Cheeps, Hucket Crab. What's a Hucket Crab? Mare Rip Van Fish is what that says. It's behind me. I don't know what that is either, but it says Rip Van Fish. Rip Von Fish, possibly. Might be German. He has undead creatures on his side as well, like Booze, Bony Piranha Plants, Dry Bones, Mr. Eye? Is Mr. Eye a creature that exists? I don't know any... Oh, is it the eye? Is it the eyeball, like the just floating eyeball thing? Is that what Mr. Eye is? Is that its name? And then the bottom category, of course, we have literal rocks, also known as Bomp, Flomp, Romp, Thwomp, Wallop, Wimp, and Womps. In other words, these are things that crush you. They fall from the sky and crush you. That is pretty much this entire category.
And Lakitus use their surroundings to get the jump on unsuspecting prey, by land, sea, or sky.
We'd be here forever jotting down the small fries. Booze.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
By land,
Look at the
sea, or
footage
sky.
they're showing
We'd
for a
be
second.
here
I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but these little creatures just ran up to Bowser and started licking his feet. Tell me that's not what you also see here.
forever jotting down the small fries. Booze, Shy Guys,
What
sentient
was
bombs
that?
with feet, and more.
It was imperative for Bowser to nurture a unit that covers their own vulnerabilities. For example, Kamek and King Boo both have magic, but Boo has battlefield control with illusions and destabilizing dimensions, while Kamek focuses on buffing allies, canceling enemy powers, summoning anything he desires.
Or swapping my items to screw up my Mario Party lead. Not again.
Speaking of items, most of the minions can use pretty much any power-up Mario can.
Wait, they're gonna let the minions use just power-ups? They have access to just any of them? That might help. That might help quite a bit. Like, you have a Goomba, right? And a Goomba's just a Goomba. It's not gonna be all that intimidating to a robot, right? I feel like the most basic Eggman robot would beat up a Goomba pretty bad. But you know, if a Goomba was, you know, what's a power up a Goomba has actually canonically used? The kitty cat. Actually, Goombas have used the kitty cat power up. They might actually be able to beat up the robot a little bit. So, you know, this actually could make a huge difference. Well, maybe not a huge difference in terms of if Bowser or Eggman will be the loser, but it would make a huge difference between, like, Goombas not being instantly destroyed, right?
Not again.
Speaking of items, most of the minions can use pretty much any power-up Mario can. The Goombas make frequent use of Tanuki tails, and Bowser can really get into the cat roleplay. But as the Koopa Troop grew and grew, it started to feel less like an army and more like a family unit.
Oh, you mean like his kids, the Koopalings?
They're adopted.
What's the difference?
Good
They're
point.
adopted? But Bowser Jr. is not one of the Koopalings, right? Bowser Jr. is actually Bowser's son. I guarantee it.
Bowser took them in and even trained them in dark magic.
So no one's as spoiled as his natural Nepo baby, Bowser Jr., captain of the Koopa Troop.
Spoiled is an understatement. Remember his escapades as Shadow Mario? He terrorized Delfino Plaza with literal evil paint. That whole debacle was basically his attempt at elementary school art class.
And I bet Bowser still has some on the fridge. But really, the king is very protective of his kids. If the fam's in trouble, he can will himself to transform into a giant kaiju, all to crush whatever bully's target smack.
Maybe a little overkill. Just one punch.
You know, I've never actually known Bowser to grow big on his own. Does he? Does he have the ability to do that? Because in Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, which is what's shown here on the screen right now, he only was able to do that when Mario and Luigi went to his rump and and played the minigame, you know? You know, like most people when they're in a crisis, you just have to stimulate their rump and then they'll grow bigger. I could have picked my words more carefully there. But essentially, Mario and Luigi had to help with the internal functions before Bowser grew big. And then in New Super Mario Bros. I think this is, didn't Kamek sprinkle him with some magic powder dusty stuff so that he would grow? I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I've ever seen Bowser just will himself to get bigger, you know?
All to crush whatever bully's target smack.
Maybe a little overkill. Just one punch from Giant Bowser launched a castle out of orbit.
Whoa.
Taking into account the flight path and the scale of their universe, Bowser's punch must have hit with a force of over 125 trillion tons of TNT. Considering how...
What? I am taking Bowser's analysis with a grain of salt because I have a preference for him and I want him to win. It's like I'm preparing myself mentally for the worst case scenario, right? I'm looking at all of Bowser's feats and thinking of, yeah, but Eggman probably has a counter to that, right? So that if Bowser loses, I'm emotionally prepared. Because I don't know a lot about Eggman, but what I have learned about Eggman is a bit intimidating. And if you can destroy a star, I don't know if that's enough energy to combat that, you know? Flippin', what was the number?
With a force of over 125
teratons of TNT. A punch that also was apparently delivered at Mach 12,000. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, though, you know? Like, that it's not a number to sleep on by any means.
trillion tons of TNT. Considering how Yoshi punted poor Raphael the Raven so hard he exploded into a constellation of stars, this isn't even close to Bowser's full strength.
It's not? Oh, I thought they were using that as the example of like his peak power. I was like, oh no, is that going to be enough? But I guess Bowser's even more powerful than that.
Oh, don't bully his kid, especially if he falls into some of Bowser Jr.'s set of black paint. That stuff's scary.
Enough.
Oh, yeah. I was actually thinking of this. I had a thought for the fight, because isn't this Rage Bowser? Doesn't Rage Bowser happen because Bowser gets really, really, really angry? So, I actually was wondering, because I think this is just a thought, just a potential prediction, but I feel like it makes the most sense. I feel like something's going to happen to Bowser Jr. in this fight. He might get hurt or injured or worse, and Bowser's going to just go off the rails and end up in his rage form. And I'm curious how that would go. I feel like that might be how they would cause him to use this form. So we'll see how that goes.
To unleash Bowser's Dark Fury, a form whose very steps cause widespread natural disasters.
Okay, seriously, how does Mario ever beat this guy? He's like Godzilla, Doctor Strange, and John Cena all in one big turtle.
We're not even to the best part.
Godzilla, Doctor Strange, and John Cena. That's Bowser right there. The fusion of those three people.
We're not even to the best part. Bowser's dark magic became so potent he eventually learned how to warp the very fabric of reality.
Anything the king imagines, he makes happen. He turned all of Yoshi's Island into a storybook. And remember those painted worlds in Mario 64? Yeah, he made those. And the staircase that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh God, does anyone know how to BLJ?
He also stole ultra powerful items like
I never considered that before. Like, I saw they said he had reality warping powers, but I never knew what that meant. You know? Because I know he gets certain reality warping powers when he has things like this, like the Wonder Flower or the Dream Stone, and the Star Rod even as well grants his wishes, but I didn't know he just straight up base form Bowser without any power ups could just warp reality. That helps. That helps him a little bit. I think that helps him. All right. He's got the Dreamstone, flying castles, a galaxy generator, Koopa Clown car. I feel like that's such a small thing to mention in this list of other items. His Koopa Clown car that he uses to fly around. But it is iconic. Especially if Eggman's going to be flying around in something. Eggman's probably going to be jumping between giant mechs as they get destroyed, and it's just going to become more and more powerful as he goes on, and then Bowser's just chasing him down in a little helicopter that looks like a clown face. I don't know, there's something inherently comedic about that. They list the Cat Bell, Super Crown, Double Cherry, and Middle Box. Wait. Why are they listing the Super Crown specifically? I'm a little... It's a possibility. It's written there. It's written there in bold text right there. Super Crown. The only thing that could possibly do if it was put on Bowser is Bowsette. You know? She I don't even think she's canon, but you know, if that's what they take, I mean, you know, if it's for the sake of a joke, I mean, it's not like it's going to upset fans.
the Wonder Flower, which can mold reality like Play-Doh, and the Dreamstone, which can be used to wish someone out of existence.
But his most iconic thefts are those big shiny power stars.
I do get a little nervous whenever a character has the ability to wish someone out of existence, because believe it or not, that usually ends up being an anti-Trump card in Death Battle, right? Because they always have to pull it out and be like, I will wish you out of existence. It's happened like twice at least in Death Battle, where a character pulls that ability out and it's like their final move and they try to wish the other character out of existence. But the other character always has something that can counter it. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he tries using it or not. It always just makes me a little nervous when I see that ability pop up on a character. You know, maybe that's the real way to win. Turn into Bowsette, seduce Eggman, and then just, you know, you can freestyle it from there. You might not have to kill him. I don't exactly want to see Eggman die either. As much as I'm rooting for Bowser, I do really like both characters, at least in terms of what I've seen from them.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Infant power stars, aka Lumas, can become whole galaxies. They also ferried Mario across the universe in 3 seconds. That's 489 quadrillion times light speed.
Obviously, the Big Daddy Grand Stars are even crazier. Bowser used one to power his space kingdom, but then guess who showed up to ruin everything? It's a him!
And when the Grand Star was freed, it caused a chain reaction that destroyed the entire universe via a massive black hole.
Thanks, Space God, that Rosalina showed up to save the day.
Not that Bowser needed saving. He's been swallowed by another black hole and thrown into a star that went supernova.
Imagine if this crazy...
Oh, that could help. If Eggman has the ability to destroy a star, if that is his strongest power output feat. Not saying it is, but that could help Bowser actually survive a star-destroying laser blast or whatever it is that destroys stars. Potentially.
The OP Fire Turtle had to fight himself. Oh, wait, he did, and he beat the hell out of him.
With all this power, it's a wonder he still hasn't.
He's conquered most of the universe twice, harnessed the power of the grand stars, flew to the sun and other galaxies, lifted a 61,000 plus ton castle, battled the extra-dimensional Culex, survived being thrown across the planet, helped Mario save the Mushroom Kingdom, defeated Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Dimentio, and Fawful.
Conquered the Mushroom Kingdom. Perhaps it's because his visions of grandeur were never really what he sought. Surrounding him is a crew of outcasts and miscreants like him, ride or dies that can't be swayed against him.
Oh, are you saying he's secretly happy because he's got a big monster family now?
Yes, but also when they actually worked together, they legitimately conquered most of the known universe. So,
he's a baddie through and through who will teleport through space and time to show you what's what. Because he's no ordinary Koopa. Make way for the king!
Okay, so that's Bowser's analysis done. Bowser is really capable. He's really, really strong and durable. But Eggman definitely has the intellect advantage, I believe. I know they said Bowser claims that he has an IQ of like 21,000 or whatever. But I think that might have just been Bowser trying to flex. I have a feeling he was making that up. Anyway, let's move on.
This battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
Oh,
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money
they're doing a
sports
little
action.
ad.
And Prize Picks, run your game.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears. Imagine a world of endless possibility where people are free as the wind. Isn't it disgusting? Now
Horrible.
imagine a
Absolutely
better world,
disgusting.
one with proper guidance and the technology to bring about global peace.
So
But
much better.
Wiz, only a brilliant mind can make that happen.
Not just any brilliant mind, he's a genius at heart who knows the dangers within. He's Ivo Robotnik.
Dr. Eggman.
As a mad scientist myself, his story is my inspiration, just as Eggman's was his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, who sought to create world peace through technology. But then
World peace. It doesn't seem like Eggman really picked up on his father's legacy, huh? He's like doing the opposite. Well, maybe if he's trying to govern the world, if he's trying to take over it, maybe he's eventually hoping that'll lead to some form of peace. But I don't think it's quite the best way to get that outcome.
his beloved granddaughter, Maria, was killed by the Guardian Unit of Nations, better known as...
Gun. They're frickin' called GUN.
Can't get more in your face about that, huh?
Anyway, Lil Eggy grew up alone.
Is there actually art of baby Eggman on the screen right now? Did they make this on their own? Did Death Battle's artists design this? Or is there actually baby Eggman canon art in the game somewhere? Why does he still have his mustache? Oh, that's great. I think that's a perfect design right there. Beautiful.
Only narcissist because all his family talked about was Maria this, Maria that. Boo-hoo!
Neglect and envy tainted Ivo's goals of following Gerald's footsteps. He distanced himself from his grandfather's legacy. Instead of bettering the world, he would conquer it to get
Well,
the
there you have
attention
it.
he deserved.
No, you mean craved. Dead.
It's for attention. He wants the attention. He was overlooked as a child. This poor man. Someone just give him a hug, honestly. I feel kind of bad for him, you know? In a way.
Desperately craved.
Tomato, tomato.
You just said it the same way twice.
He aimed to establish Eggman Land, a
Eggman Land. Let's see. He's 6'1", so Bowser's got about 4 inches on him. That's actually... He's pretty tall. I did not know he was that tall. That's a really tall Eggman. He's also apparently over 50 years old. I did not know that. His family, he's got Gerald Robotnik, Maria Robotnik, Eggman, Nega, and Sage. I think Sage is like a child to him, essentially, but I don't know anything about Sage. He has been the CEO of Eggman Industries, Meteor Tech, and various casinos. Oh, so he's a businessman. His hobbies are archaeology, history, and woodworking. He's a craftsman. He's a crafty little guy. What? Wait. His favorite foods are egg dogs, egg candy, poppin' egg corn, and quote-unquote, this delicious banana. Alright. He loves himself, Agent Stone, and his daughter. I'm guessing that's Sage? Question mark? Possibly? I don't know enough about Eggman, but I assume Sage is the daughter that this is referring to. And he hates that hedgehog, also called Soup.
Capital of science.
Did it the same way twice.
He aimed to establish Eggman Land, a capital of science. And this paradise would have worked just fine if not for that blasted Sonic the Hedgehog.
For
Damn
years,
hedgehog.
Eggman's plans literally blew up in his face. And he's a very sore loser.
But just like any good experiment, the doctor did more tests.
Who wouldn't be a sore loser after losing, like, every fight you get in? You have one goal and you're just trying to do it over and over and over and over and over again. Blue guy that can run really fast, and you're like, come on. All of my intellect, and you think I could overcome this, but no, it's always this blue guy. Anyway, sorry, I got into the Eggman mindset for a second there. I think he possessed me.
And he's a very sore loser.
But just like any good experiment, the doctor did more testing, seeking better results.
He's created plenty of knickknacks to terrorize the world with. A laser gun, a cloning ray, mind control cannons, a flying armada, typical evil scientist stuff.
Then there's the big ones. He invented a spatial displacement trap, which, while online, scatters a target's atoms across space.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Anyway, spreading someone's atoms across space seems like a pretty easy way to just be like, boom, you're done.
Space. Oh, and then there's the metal virus, which transmutes organic tissue into living metal zombies. It's so deadly, it created a plague that nearly wiped out all life on Earth.
Shame Eggman never made himself immune to it. That's a whoopsie.
And when he's not...
He made a virus and then didn't make himself immune to it? But he has a virus that can just turn organic beings to robots, essentially. Robot zombies. That is pretty risky, especially in an army battle, if he can legitimately take over Bowser's minions. Because his minions are already robots. I don't think it would affect them. But he could possibly take over the Goombas, the Koopas. Maybe not some of Bowser's creatures. I mean, like, is a Chain Chomp organic? It's like a metal ball that bites you. I don't know if that would work. I'm not sure.
Duping you with decoys, he's riding in style with the Eggmobile.
Oh, yeah.
It's lightweight for maneuverability, but tough enough to withstand moon-sized explosions and even the center of a black hole.
Oh.
I mean, it's kinda lame looking, but...
So Eggman himself can't survive being in a black hole, but if he's in that thing, he's as durable as Bowser, right? Is that basically what we're hearing here? That's pretty good. I don't know if Bowser has the strength to, like, get in there, though, honestly. If that thing can withstand a black hole. Like, what does he do?
He can plug it into big bad mechs like the Egg Walker or the Death Egg Robot, whose giant laser once obliterated 77,000 cubic meters of rock in an instant. That's like having an atomic bomb in your pocket all the time. Oh, okay, maybe this guy's pretty cool.
Eggman built machines for a long list of combat situations. Some look like knights, others use extraterrestrial sources like the Wisps, and then there's the orbital bases, like the Death Egg.
The reference is obvious, but Darth Vader's version is like a toy compared to the Death Egg, which can annihilate...
The Death Egg. The Death Egg. I knew it existed, but it's still funny to me. Eggman must have just watched Star Wars and been like, you know what? I can make that. I can make that, and I can make it better.
Stars! Woof! A whole is like a toy compared to the Death Egg, which can annihilate stars. Woof! A whole
the Death Egg can
constellation
destroy
gone in
stars.
one shot.
That's what it
That's
was.
not to say Eggman doesn't enjoy scrapping with blue hedgehogs himself. Enter the Egg Dragoon.
Hell yeah!
He has big arms. The Death Egg has the orbital station and a final egg blaster, which I'm imagining is the one that can destroy stars. He's got the Death Egg robot, E-Mech, Egg Dragoon, Egg Emperor, and Egg Mobile. Modular hovercraft with teleportation, attachable to mechs like the Egg Walker. Oh, the Egg Mobile is the thing he could fly. His like base device, teleportation thing. Not teleportation, transportation, flight, that stuff, that jazz. Okay, so he can attach it into any of his mechs, really. So he's got some good variability going on here.
Smallest of the battle mechs. It's got electric drills. It's got ice missiles. It's got a whole lot of bullets. My God, Wiz. I need it.
And don't forget, Eggman built all of these things himself. Maybe world domination is in his grasp yet.
One problem. Eggman's a turbo loner. No hobbies, no friends, no wife, no nothing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this guy just needs a hug.
Come on, he has friends. I mean, he's a feminist. Oh, okay, maybe not, but what about Infinite? Sure, they might have joined forces over a mutually sought revenge against Shadow, but it counts. Sort of. Who needs friends when you can build friends?
Obviously, Eggman
That
has a
sounds
tough
sad.
time collaborating with others, so he just built his own army instead.
The Eggman Empire.
The Badniks are mass-produced foot soldiers, buzz bombers, crab meats, caterkillers, egg robos, and don't forget those cute little moto bugs. The Badniks
Caterkillers?
may seem simple, but they're led by an...
I like that name. I actually really like the name Caterkillers. That's fun.
Don't forget those cute little moto bugs. The Badniks may seem simple, but they're led by an elite, multi-talented unit. The hard-boiled heavies. Really leaning into the egg thing, huh?
The army has a wide variety of troops.
He's owning it. He's owning the egg thing. Okay, so we've got his militia now going on. I do not know any of these creatures, probably, but he has a D3 Koi, which I imagine is a decoy Eggman, because they said he has decoys earlier, and he likes to, leave little decoys. Infinite, we saw Infinite earlier, but I don't know what Infinite actually is or does. He has Metal Sonic. We know Metal Sonic. Orbot and Qbot. I'm not familiar with them. And Sage, basically his daughter. He's got Batbots, Buzz Bombers, Caterkillers, Choppers, Coconuts. Coconuts? Okay, Coconuts. Crab Meat, Egg Robo, Hotaru Jaws Motobugs, Orbinauts, Rexons, Valkeen, Death Crab, Hard-Boiled Heavies, Ladybug Boss, Uber Caterkiller. Oh, he's got a big one. E101 Beta, E102 Chaos Gamma, E121 Phi, E1000, E2000R. Don't know what any of those are, but they're from the E series, of course. He has Metal, Mechasonic, Mechaknuckles, Tails Doll, Rocket Metal, and Shadow Android. What's a Tails Doll? All I know about Tails Doll is the creepypasta, and I don't think this is quite the same thing. He has an Egg Bishop, Egg Chaser, Egg Hammer, Egg Knight, Egg Pawn, Egg Carrier, Final Fortress, Mako Gumships, and Sky Fortress.
Even your classic comedy duo with Orbot and Cubot. They're Eggman's assistants and immense disappointments. Every genius has their duds.
Hey, at least they're not Scratch and Grounder. But that's why he's made top-notch bots modeled after the Sonic cast, like everyone's favorite robo-faker, Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic has the most horsepower in the Eggman Empire. He has the moves and speed of Sonic and then some. He's had his rebellious phases, but Eggman's reprogrammed Metal to better follow his commands. Additionally, when upgraded to his Neo form, Metal Sonic could copy biological data, including unique powers like Shadow's time stop technique, Chaos Control.
He could even copy Silver's Psychokinesis, and with enough Chaos energy, he powers up into Super Neo Metal.
Dude, are we sure Metal Sonic can't just solo Bowser's army? Because this is kind of intimidating.
Sonic.
Though everything would change with the appearance of the Phantom Ruby. One of many trump cards at Eggman's disposal, the Phantom Ruby alters reality by manipulating perception.
Basically super OP illusions, but in Infinite's hands, it's a weapon of mass destruction. I don't know how illusions translate to body replica.
Well, if he has Infinite and he has the Phantom Ruby, then technically he has the ability to do this as well. The Phantom Ruby can create pocket dimensions such as null space and the egg field. Eggman invented prototype copies of the Ruby, which require enormous levels of power to operate.
Because changing gravity or making a fake sun, but go off, King!
And when used on the planet's consciousness, which is a thing, the Ruby granted Eggman the Lightman form. Yep, apparently Super Eggman is canon, though it...
What? He can do that? Oh. What? Hang on. With a Phantom Ruby prototype and weeks of preparation, Super Eggman could manipulate memories, fight on par with Super Sonic, and summon imitations of other monsters and worlds, such as Perfect Chaos and Green Hills. Oh, God. Okay. So he has a super form, and I never knew about this.
Is pretty complicated to manifest.
But the Phantom Ruby isn't the only souped-up gem Eggman has. He's used the jeweled scepter to make the world-shattering Egg Wizard. Then, on more than one occasion, he's effortless.
Okay, he's got a cloning device, Chaos Emeralds, he's Dark Rings, Egg Field, Hyper Go-On, Jetpack, Jeweled Scepter, Laser Guns, Metal Virus, Mind Control Ray, Time Stones, Time Reversal Machine, Teleporters, Super Form, Spatial Disruption Trap, Soul Emerald, Shrink Ray, Phantom Ruby, Nightmare Fuel. Nightmare Fuel is actually a thing in this world. Okay, good to know.
Gathered the super rare, super powerful Chaos Emeralds. You know, the things that power Super Saiyan Hedgehog.
Eggman built and built and built, and eventually he built something that started to build on him. Sage was originally designed as a mere assistant, but through an alien encounter, she was granted actual sentience.
Sage is already super powerful, but now she's also super smart. She thought up millions of battle plans all at once to defeat the massive titans.
And you can barely remember where you put your dune buggy.
I know exactly where it is. It's at the police impound. Thank you very much.
Sage was Eggman's saving grace. He had previously found machines with personality lacking, but Sage's great adequacy in serving her function provided Eggman with something that, for the first time, he'd hate to lose. In essence, a sort of daughter.
So, like any good dad, he gave her the keys to his car, his spaceship, and his orbital death ray.
Okay, so Sage is like the one in charge, second in command person here with control over a lot of Eggman's stuff, essentially, is what I'm getting here. So Sage is pretty darn powerful. I get the impression that Sage on her own is probably pretty powerful. So that's the vibe I'm getting. I'm getting the vibe that I think Bowser on his own might be more powerful than Eggman, but I think Eggman's top militia members blow Bowser's top militia members out of the water. And that's, you know, a slight area of potential concern.
Good daddy gave her the keys to his car, his spaceship, and his orbital death ray. Hell, Now she controls the entire army.
And this frankly unheard of trust from Eggman became crucial in defeating the End, a primordial entity so mighty even Supersonic struggled against it.
Their battle can only be described as peak fiction, cause charged by 7 Chaos Emeralds, Supersonic's no joke.
The power of 1 emerald can shift continents. All 7 together can shift the universe.
And kill some pretty terrifying bosses, like Eggman's Time Eater, which ripped.
He conquered most of the planet once, harnessed the power of the Chaos Emeralds, broke the moon with an Eclipse cannon. Eggmobile flew to the moon in seconds, destroyed the Guardian Unit of Nations, led some beloved villains, and Zavik has helped Sonic the Hedgehog save the world, defeated Sonic, Tails, Starline, and Gemerl? Don't know how to pronounce that.
Apart space-time like tissue paper.
In short, Chaos Emeralds give thoughts power. With them, Eggman's best machines can run indefinitely while matching the greatest powers ever seen. Like when 3 supers battled Solaris, who tried to destroy time itself. Solaris extended its chaos across multiple timelines in about 20 seconds, or 73 quadrillion times light speed.
It's funny though, while Eggman's smarts have sort of defeated Sonic here and there, he's pretty effective when he teams up with the Blue Blur to save the world.
Well, recall how Professor Gerald was a good person before losing the granddaughter he loved. In Eggman's case, now that he has Sage, perhaps a similar story is playing out in reverse.
Nah, Eggy will always have a harebrained scheme behind his cufflinks.
So watch out, critters and plebeians of the world. He is the Eggman, and he's got the master plan.
Well, there you have it. We made it. We made it through the analyses of the characters, and oh god, the last like 3 minutes of Eggman's really boosted him in power, and I was already thinking he might win. So I do think Eggman has the edge here when it comes to the sheer power of the Chaos Emeralds and everything he's being compared to. Defeating a god that just, what was it, that destroyed time or whatever? I don't know. My brain was struggling to keep track of it, but it was a lot. It was a lot, and him being on that power level when he has machines that are powered by the 7 Chaos Emeralds, that's intense. I assume only one of his machines is going to be able to use them in the fight, but still, that definitely seems like his trump card, potentially. Well, he also has the Phantom Ruby, he also has Sage, he has a lot of things going for him. Bowser's army just feels like they were presented on a smaller scale. I know they took over the galaxy, the universe. They survived a lot, but I don't know, man. I don't know if Bowser can really withstand that sheer amount of power. I want Bowser to win. I really do. It doesn't seem like it would be a stomp, which is good. I want Bowser to have a chance. I really want Bowser to do it. I do like him a little more than Eggman.
You gotta help me!
What happened now?
We've got Marvel Contest of Champions. Is that what it was? No, it's Snap. I'm wrong. This death battle was brought to you by that, apparently.
So we're just gonna vibe through the ad.
Also, welcome to the chat, Xenojax. How you doing? Alright, I've been pausing a lot during the analyses, so I'm just gonna let the battle play out, because I'd freak out too much, get too anxious, pause too much if I was left to my own devices, so I'm gonna take my hands off the keyboard and we're just gonna vibe with the fight when it starts.
Available on the App Store, Google Play, and Steam.
Or visit marvelsnap.com to learn more. Just click the link below the like button.
Okay.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Bring it on.
I chose Wix.
Never mind,
for
there's an
my
ad.
eyes because of its
Okay. Sorry about that.
Battle!
Maybe premium is worth it. Oh. It was
to make an announcement.
This territory is now the base for my upcoming Eggman Land 2.
What a joke!
I am Dr. Eggman, your new genius overlord. Get a load of this.
Oh, damn. This picked up so fast.
Shut up, nerd!
Oh, it was a
You call
decoy.
these toys an invasion force? I've seen Toads do better.
That's a decoy, idiot. Infinite!
His power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength.
Is that infinite? Already? This is so chaotic. Oh no, they took King Boo's. What? Did he really just do that? Oh shit.
All according to plan.
You've lost the battle before it has begun.
Excellent work as always, Beto. Ready to wrap this up, Sage?
As you planned.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Guess we're getting Rage Bowser, huh?
Showtime!
Damn. Can we appreciate this animation for a second?
I'll crush you!
Your son!
How dare you keep your hands off my...
Oh shit. Don't mess with their children, man.
Sage! The Death Egg! Max power!
Oh, here comes the Death Egg. Star destroying lasers right here. Holy shit. Oh,
Curses!
Dry Bowser.
Fire is again!
So long, Doctor!
Whoa.
This war was not an easy one.
Okay. okay. Bowser won. Bowser did it. He was strong enough and durable enough to power through everything that Eggman threw at him. He even managed to make it, even with the definite strategic and intelligence what's it called? Benefit that Eggman had on his side. Him and Sage, like, it would be impossible for Bowser to out-strategy that. But he just powered through. He actually did it. Oh, what a he I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Bowser. All right. Let's listen to their little wrap up.
This war was not an easy one to win, which might seem surprising given how the Sonic series is not afraid to show how tough its cast is, while Mario's comes across as more cartoony.
But as it turns out, Bowser had everything he needed to take Chrome Dome down. Strap in, this one's a lot, so we'll break it down into 5 categories.
First up is physical stats. Bowser pretty handedly outmatched any of Eggman's usual mechs, like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot.
The Death Egg Robot could level cities. Bowser could punch a castle out of orbit.
The Death Egg could destroy stars, but Yoshi could match that level of power, and Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus, while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger.
So, he may win stats,
little
but this could
misdirection
change
there.
with their powers. With so many items and minions, that could make all that a moot point.
Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate minds, create duplicates, and alter space-time. However, Bowser had a significant edge in having access to the majority of his abilities at all times.
Yeah, Eggman can do some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's all natural. He's got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot.
Meaning he wins the war of attrition. He even had counters for battle enders like the Metal Virus and Spatial Displacement Trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely, most of Eggman's robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back. Bowser takes the edge in powers.
But definitely not for intelligence. Come on,
Yeah.
you have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot, usually. Just really, really clumsy. Poor fella.
Meanwhile, Eggman's
He
an
is.
engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by
I don't
brains.
think intelligence
Easy
was
dub.
ever a
Now,
question.
let's talk trump cards.
As in, items so powerful they could decide the entire outcome on their own.
The Phantom Ruby was super dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions. Unlike Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real. The Ruby affected a whole planet, but the Wonder Flower had the power to alter the universe. Also, the Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful.
Yeah,
Clearly,
Solaris
this is
is what
getting
threw me
fairly
off there.
abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly. So the safest bet is to call this category a
Even?
tie.
Yeah.
Which means it's finally time to compare their armies. Eggman seems deadlier at first glance. I mean,
Does.
look at all those buzzsaws
Definitely
and
tricked
rockets.
me.
Metal Sonic speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa Troop.
That's what I was
But the
thinking.
Eggman Empire lacked something Bowser had in spades. Teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman is a notoriously terrible team player. His alliances are practically guaranteed to fall apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations, he could barely manage working with himself.
Eggman's army is designed to be controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to command those with free will, hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa Troop follows Bowser because they actually like him. They train really hard to cover each other's weak points.
Giving them plenty of advantages as this war progressed,
Metal
like
Sonic is
battlefield
pretty cool,
control
yeah.
through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa Troop doesn't rely that much on technology, Sage's hacking potential had little use.
Also, secret
That's
weapon,
fair.
Kamek is kinda busted. Canceling Metal Sonic's power copying, stealing the Phantom Ruby, and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge.
I will admit, I'm kind of surprised they used Mario Party stuff in the fight. I feel like it's a party game. It feels like it wouldn't be a canon thing, but you know what? Fair enough. I did like the joke they did there with how they used the swap, like the stealing someone's star to take the ruby.
Game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his army can use any Mario power-up item, and they had billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's millions of plans to take down the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their conquests makes it clear. The Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most of the universe.
Eggman was no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the biggest fight of his life. But the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevailed.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's cracked and scrambled.
The winner is
great.
Bowser.
Or are they gonna do it next time?
on Death Battle.
Who's... Wait. They're...
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle.
Wait.
Thanks for watching.
Wait a second. They're doing...
USAA.
Hang on. They're doing the Among Us beans versus the Fall Guy beans in a death battle. They're good. Hey, what? How do you analyze that? What? Do the Fall Guy beans even have any like fighting potential? I know they're durable as heck. That's for sure. They get knocked down all the time. But, well, maybe that's what it'll come down to. Are they impenetrable? Could the imposter not attack them? And I guess that's fair too. Is it the imposter? Is it a crewmate? Who's the Among Us gonna be? I imagine an imposter because those have better fighting potential. I'd say, but you never know. Also, sorry for the random USAA thing on screen. The ad just popped up and I paused so I could talk and just yap. But that was really good. I enjoyed the death battle a lot. I honestly, even if Eggman had won, I would have enjoyed it a lot. It was beautiful. They did cook. It was the script, the characters were in character, the animation was beautiful. Honestly, I enjoy death battle animations lately in general, just all of them. They're really good. And in all of the last season, they were amazing with keeping the characters in character, feeling like themselves. That was my biggest pet peeve when I was younger watching Death Battle, because I've watched it since season 1, since I was like, 12 years old or something? Possibly younger. I don't even know how long ago that was. But they've really gotten a lot better just all around, and it's always been very entertaining and enjoyable. But yeah, I guess that's it, huh?